don't know me, and I don't know you, but ever since I walked on that stage about like 5 seconds ago, you've already started to subconsciously judge me. And you know, judge is kind of a harsh word, you guys. You're a nice group of people, so I'm just gonna assume, since we're in a library, you're trying to get a good read on who I am. The first thing you might notice is my hair, which from what I hear from my friends is curlier than what you might typically see. You know, having something unique about yourself, I think that kind of makes me cool. And, you know, maybe you think so too. I mean, at least I hope you do. It'd be a little awkward because, you know, this is a TED Talk about coolness. But, you know, if not, it's okay. Like, just pretend for now because I'm here to help you. I'm here to answer that burning question inside your head. How can I be as cool as this really awkward and really nervous 17-year-old on stage right now? And you know what? I promise you that by the end of this talk, you will be the coolest person you know. And I know it sounds too good to be true, but I promise you, all your friends are going to want to know your secret. And buckle your seatbelts, because it all begins with this. That's black. Oh, shoot. Okay, it starts with this. This, for those of you that don't know what this is a thermometer. Now, I took AP Chemistry last year, great class, and we learned that these things measure temperature. However, today, we will not be using that because this is not AP Chemistry. This guy will be measuring the relative coolness of our subjects. So you guys don't get confused, I'm just going to clarify a couple, you know, slang words we use every day. You know, just so you can keep on top of things. So cool will not be equaling hot today. You know, colloquial cool, colloquial hot, they're kind of the same. But today, cool will equal chill, and hot equals not. So if you got that, we're just going to go back to the thermometer here, you know, just see where some stuff lies. At the bottom is what my chemistry teacher calls absolute zero, but I call it the coolest of the cool, none other than Ice Cube himself. He qualifies for this position for many reasons. First of all, he's wearing sunglasses. Second of all, he's in like some comedy movies, I believe. Third of all, he was in a rap group, NWA, in the 90s. I mean, maybe you've heard of him. Maybe you're more of a country fan. Oh, shoot. Maybe you're more of a country fan. But most importantly, his name has the word ice in it, which kind of makes him cool. But that can be misleading because there are people who have the word cool in their name but are just not that cool. For example, Vanilla Ice. He was also a 90s rap artist, but now he does real estate. So we can see where that divide occurs. Next, I mean, you could fill this thermometer up. There's Cool Whip, which is good, but it's just not that good for you. There's Iceland, which is pretty cool. Not going to lie, I haven't been, but from what I hear, it's pretty chill, both literally and figuratively. But that's not what we're doing right now. And you might be thinking, like, you could put yourself up there too, but Isabella, where do I fit in with all these other things? And to be honest, you came to the right person because I have experts at my expertise, experts also known as the internet. So the first thing that comes up when you search the definition of cool is like a whole page of pictures of me. But like once you get to the second page, this pops up, and it's the actual definition of cool, which is fashionably attractive or impressive, as in, wow, Isabella, you look so cool in your new sunglasses. Oh, who put that? Oh, it was just me, just kidding. But, you know, I'm not the first person to look cool in sunglasses. In fact, I'm not the first person to be cool at all. If you look back into history, the 1940s and 50s, jazz artists, you know, they would describe an inventive new artist or an improvised song as cool, meaning like laid back or sophisticated. And you know, even though jazz music is reserved for elevators now or the La La Land soundtrack, we can still appreciate that they created such a permanent word that we still use today. It outlived the groovy 60s and the rad 2000s, and now everyone from 8 to 88 knows what you're pretty much talking about if you describe something as cool. However, cool means different things to different people. For example, what I think is cool and what my mom thinks is cool are two very different things. So, in a way, cool, it's applicable to different generations. Everyone knows what you're talking about, but it still has different meanings. It's very subjective. So, if it's subjective, everyone has their own definition. It wouldn't make sense for like one person or even a group of people to decide what it means for everyone. So I'm going to tell you guys to just forget everything I just said. Yeah, that was all my opinion, that whole temperature bit. Maybe Ice Cube isn't that cool, I don't know. But, you know, I don't like Cool Whip, for example, but if there's a president of a Cool Whip fan club here, I'm not going to start liking Cool Whip just because you want me to. Sorry. That's kind of what an opinion is. You know, you can't please everyone. There's so much you would have to do in order to do that. It's almost impossible. It's incredibly exhausting as well. You know, what's my next slide? Oh, butterflies, okay. So basically what you're gonna do is everyone is super awkward. Let's be honest, I'm super awkward right now. Everyone has an awkward phase, and humans have it pretty bad, especially. So butterflies, what I was getting to, they have it pretty good, you know. If they are a little ugly caterpillar, they want to be a butterfly, they crawl up a stem, they descend, metamorphosize. It's all in private. You don't need to see what happens because a couple days later, boom, butterfly. Humans, we don't have that luxury. We are out in the open for everyone to see, and you know, all the bad hair days, the braces, the zit in the middle of your forehead that just doesn't go away. Yeah, humans, it kind of sucks. But, you know, if you're comfortable with yourself, that's too soon. If you're comfortable with yourself, then I'm really having trouble with this clicker, guys. If you're comfortable with yourself, then it really makes it so much easier to forget all that, you know, all that you need to be in order to please everyone else. All that matters is being comfortable and being yourself. So when I was a little, you know, a little nug, I was not the coolest kid. But, you know, the first step to being cool is to just accept this part of your life, accept the part that you are not cool. So this is me accepting that I'm not cool. I was not cool at all. In fact, I just thought I was, but, you know, by believing that I was, I kind of created this, like, air of confidence that, you know, now I look back on it and I'm just like, wow, you know, that's almost so weird, it's cool. So, I mean, I think that's best described with some wonderful pictures from my wonder years, as in I wonder what I was doing when I did these things. First, we have the photo shoots at the parks with my friends. This is a real picture of me. My mom probably thinks it's adorable, but, you know, it's not. It's kind of gross. I mean, then there was also when my sister and I were bored when we went to Ohio, so we made a oh, wait, that's too soon. This is when I did karate and I matched my headbands to my belts. The Uggs changed, though. Sometimes there were Crocs. Then there was the Kanye music video that I made when I was bored with my sister. Because my sister and I, honestly, we do a lot of weird things, and it often revolves around videos. For example, she had to make an AP World just like video last year, so of course we walked to the park in togas. I don't think I was just trying to be uncool. I genuinely thought this stuff was interesting. You know, I generally thought the beaver hat was a good idea too, but you know, it's just, at some point I must have realized that my definition of cool and everyone else's definition of cool is not quite the same thing. But does that make me uncool for just being confident in doing what I wanted to? Not really. If anything, it just gives me my own self-definition of cool, doing what I want to and just having fun while doing it. I mean, it's not like there's an evolutionary advantage to doing what other people think is cool. Our primal ancestors were mostly concerned with survival. We didn't worry about, you know, copping a new designer handbag or, you know, rolling up to the cave in a Lambo looking fresh. Like, that's just ridiculous. No one does that. They just wanted to survive. And, you know, that's why we cringe at old pictures of ourselves and can't help but wearing socks with sandals, because primates are just awkward, you know? Being cool was something we constructed in the modern world. So, I mean, to help you visualize that, I made a lovely graph. It's only lovely because I made it. And here in the blue little box, that resembles about the 271 million Americans that regularly wear sunglasses, which, as we all know, automatically makes you cool. However, 271 million, that's not even like all of America, or for that matter, all of the people on Earth, or even all the people that have ever existed, ever. You know, there's all the people that have ever existed ever, there's been so much awkwardness. Think of all those people that had all those awkward moments, all the spills on the new white shirts, and then they have to deal with it the rest of the day, or you know, the waving to your friends, but then, oh shoot, that's just a stranger, that's not my friend. You know, like these things, these are just average things that happen to everyday people. There's no reason for you to worry about being cool, because to be honest, no one's that cool, except for you now, because you can be yourself. There's no reason that you should have to be cool like everyone else, because you are your own definition of cool. There was something else I was supposed to say here, probably something about how, as a society, we value, for some reason, conformity above, you know, self-confidence, or, you know, just having a good self-image, which is kind of dumb, because to be honest, we'd get nothing done if we were constantly worrying about what everyone else was doing. I mean, think about it. There might be an astronaut one day that doesn't want to go to Mars because they'll miss all their Snapchat streaks. Like, isn't that weird to think, just because we don't want to miss what everyone else is doing? So honestly, just be yourself. Step outside that niche little box that everyone has set for you and enjoy what you want to enjoy. And then forget about what everyone else wants you to do. And I get it, we're all just trying to fit in, but you know, being cool is not a lifeline, it's not even necessary. In fact, being yourself, that's something we can all try and accomplish. And since I promised you guys earlier you would all be experts in the field of coolness, here's your certificate of accomplishment. You are now have a doctorate in being cool. You can take a picture, I don't know, show your friends. Maybe they'll think it's cool. I don't know, maybe. But thanks, guys.